They're just playing super well at the moment. They're focused 100%, so they know exactly which hero they can get, which hero they can chase, and which they can't. So again, they're really playing well at the moment, and it's super difficult for Copenhagen Wolves to handle this pressure.
And they are very, I mean, we as Asian, judging from the way they are playing right now, they are really confident. Like they know they got a good chance to win this. They know they can win this. They've beat the Copenhagen Wolves before, and they know that this at the moment is their main stage, and it really reflects in their playstyle. They take the fight to the enemy, and they are playing just super confident.
And what we see mid is exactly what we said about the draft. It's about putting the March and putting the Syllaber on the tower, but with that much gold and XP advantage, can they still do it and take towers? That's the question. And you also saw the power of Invoker Quaswex against pushing power.
Slow on the calculus in conjunction with the cold snap. Look at the burst damage. There's that disruption. He survives this. He might be, yes, now the nice time and stun from RMC. Miguel also drops, but the fight's far from over. RMC whacking away at Balsam. Fader chasing after. He's low on HP though. He doesn't have the armlet up. Now he drops, and Balsam gets attacked from the high ground from Hani. Great play from him. Now Miguel rejoins the fight. He bought back. RMC on the run back. He drops. Atze and Krydeja chasing after S4. He might die to the poison. Oh, there's that negative urn charge. So he's going to drop. Hani has to get himself out of there.
Such a good play by we as Asian. Honestly, the thing is with this pushing power, it's about protecting the Tinker for Copenhagen Wolves, because if he dies, then there's no March, and then it's like they would just run away. So if they manage to kill the Tinker, they're fine, we as Asian. And that's what CryAsia did. That was super play for him. He came from behind in the team fight and killed Tinker from behind, and there was nothing that Copenhagen Wolves could do. So again, really, really smart plays from them. I'm impressed, I gotta say.
I hope someone saw that. Now Hani shows himself cold snap. He has a tornado ready too. Calculus is certainly dead. Even running away before he comes back down like a boss, he's like, yeah, he's dead.
This Invoker is so farmed. He's level 14 already. I don't think anyone on the map is even close to his level. The next level after him is 12, so this Invoker is really, really snowballing.
20 to 3. Look at the gold XP. And I'll leave the items up for a while now.
Yeah, and Copenhagen Wolves, they must know they're really far behind. I mean, when you lost towers like this and when you're 20 to 3, obviously you're way behind, and you need to come back. What's going well for them is the Syllaber's farm. That's decent, as we can see. He got Relic on his bear, so he got something. This kind of game is never over, especially with such a good draft from Copenhagen Wolves. So it's gonna be about the next clashes with the Radiance on the bear. Everything can turn around.
Yeah, he really needs that Ravage, and now Calculus gets caught out one more time, 2-second stun, and he drops.
I mean, it's a nightmare for this Chen. He can't even go in his woods. Every time he goes in his wood, he dies from Invoker, from Smoke Gang, from Beastmaster. It's really difficult for him. And again, I really want to point out the decision of getting Boots of Travel on Beastmaster is really, really smart, and I think many players can like check this out and think about it next time against Tinker. Because the way Tinker works, for example, he sees CK, Leshrak and Invoker top, okay? So he will believe that Beastmaster is with them, else they're not 5 and they might lose a fight. But with this, he can't. Beastmaster is down and he can TP anytime to top, so they're controlling 2 lanes. That leaves only 1 lane for Tinker to farm, and not 2, like usually. So really, really smart item choice.
Yeah, totally. I really like the Boots of Travel on Beastmaster as well. Have been working out brilliantly so far. 21 to 3. And the Wolves are looking very much on their back foot right now.
They want to push towers. That's what their lineup is made for, but at the moment they just can't. WHA, sorry, is way too ahead in this game. It's not possible to show and take a tower.
A 23-minute Radiance on the Spirit Bearer, who did have a very tough game, 1-3 and 1. So his farm was okay, and Arms even diving pretty far. And look at the confidence. They are way in enemy territory, and they're just going at it so hard.
And that's a very good kill and a tower for Wolf. That's a very smart play. That's also Beastmaster, if he wants to stay on the lane and be able to TP, then he needs to make sure he's not going to get ganked on the lane he stays on. And that's exactly what happened. Good play by Wolves. Good pickup, they need it right now. They need more pickups like this.
Oh snap, I missed that kill completely, sorry.
Yeah, he was defending the bottom tower, he got killed, and they took the tower for it with Tinker, Shadow Demon and Winrunner, I think.
Oh,
that's
man.
what they need to do.
Invoker now has an Orchid, Malevolence, Force Staff, and Orchid, that's kind of unconventional.
Yeah, he's super farmed, honestly. That's huge farm on Invoker. He's 7-0. This Invoker, Hani is just playing all of his mana right now. It's really enjoyable to see.
Venomancer trying to work his way toward the mech. Fader has the armlet completed. Some good gold acquired along the line.
And I mean, when you're Wolves right now and you're playing a final and you're that far behind, what you have to do is just like keep on playing, because it's never over, and obviously they know it. They can come back from one fight. They're dire, they can get rushed, they can... Everything's possible, so you just need to keep on playing, act like nothing's happening, you just play the game, you take the game where it is, so... And that's what they're doing right now, so... You can see the bear top, he's trying to push out the lanes, only with the bear with the Radiance. That's what they need space, because if all lanes are pushed, then they can't move on the map, they just have to stay in the base. So that's why they're trying to unpush the lanes, really important for them.
Now we're 25 minutes in, and only one outer tower is remaining for the dire side. That's at tier 2 in middle. And both teams are sticking together now. We are, except, well, I guess Tinker, he is able to TP in and out really, really fast. But they do not want to get caught out again like this, especially Chen, who died twice in a row in his own jungle. Probably gave them a little bit of a wake-up call to watch out when they wander too far away from their base.
And they just saw Shadow Demon. Will it be enough? No. Beastmaster cancelled his TP, so they just forced him away. Now it's about getting farmed and putting pressure on the map. You can see that they're farming top lane with Invoker, they're farming bottom lane with CK, and mid lane with Lash. So they're controlling 3 lanes at the moment, and their roots, obviously. So that's a huge map domination, and that's more gold, even more gold for We Has Asian. That's why they're not in a hurry, they're just farming more, they know it. They don't need to do anything at this point, take any risk. It's a finals, no need to take risks, just farm up and get even bigger advantage. Smart play again.
Now one thing to point out on the minimap is the warding. What we can luckily do is switch vision into either team's side, so this right here is the dire vision. So you can see that a majority of the heroes are not visible for them. Hani and Venomancer are being shown, so they see that Venomancer just placed the ward in the Roshan pit. Fader shows themselves in mid with a haste rune. And now we're going to We As Asian's view. They don't really care that much. Tornado flies through, barely misses Miguel. He's forced to use that Force Staff.
CK used Phantasm, so they really wanted this tower. There's nothing, really nothing that Copenhagen Wolf can do to try to deny or even fight this back. It's not possible at the moment. They're too far behind. So they're just trying to get farm, ignore the push. They don't need this tower, honestly. They lost map control already, so...
He's going on S4. There's a silence from the Orchid. This is big trouble for him. One last right click. Look at the bonus damage now. Wasn't even needed. After that silence duration, you get a percentage-based bonus damage from the Orchid, but he just hit hard enough.
I mean, we could question why would they give farm to Invoker on safe lane. He's a good solo mid, whatever, but Hani is just proving everybody wrong. Give him safe farm on the lane, and then he will just roam the whole map and get kills everywhere.
Yeah, and at the same time, their dual lane mid was also very good. But the Copenhagen Wolves dual lane mid was also strong, so I guess had it been Invoker up against Tinker and Shadow Demon, his farm might not look as awesome as it does right now.
Yeah.
Now the creeps are pushing themselves in. Middle is very far in the enemy side of the map. And top also coming in quite far, except for that bottom. It's pushing itself toward the tier 2 bot, and We As Asian are going to have to react. The bear finds a Venom ward, and now they see a lot of activity around the Roshan pit. Movement is... Well, the question is if they want to challenge this. Invoker picks up the Aegis, it drops, and RMC's here, gets focused down. Heal though, nice mech usage. Pipe goes well, 4 seconds on the bear. Hani's here, nice ice wall also, stun on Balsam. Kekel's first one to drop. Now they're focusing the lone druid. He's very tank though, trying to run away, gets pulled back in, silenced up as well. EMP drops. Look at the HP and all these heroes. They're just continuing. Nino is affected by the ultimate from Venomancer, tries to run away. Nice power shot though from S4. Shadow Demon drops. Invoker loses the Aegis. They're trying to chase after S4. Tinker to piece himself onto a creep. Miguel is here. And Venomancer has to be very careful. He's solo on HP. In the meantime, Invoker lost all of his clothes. For some reason, he's bald and naked.
Yeah, the story of this fight, it was a good place to farm for, to fight, sorry, for Wolves. The March of the Machine in such a little area is really effective. But again, Invoker got killed before he could use all heal, so that's a big deal. He didn't have mech in this fight, so he couldn't heal, whereas, as we saw, Leshra got saved by the mech from Venomancer. It's just about out-farming, like, the goal difference is so big at this point that they can't really take a fight. Even if Copenhagen Wolf played this perfectly, they're gonna lose the fight. This fight wasn't that big of a loss because they took down the Aegis, so that's a really big deal. But still, it's too much of a goal difference at this point.
So I guess once Invoker respawns, like the optics get all messed up. That's another visual bug that perhaps needs some fixing in the next patch. Keep in mind, Dota 2 is still in beta phase, guys. So you guys are some real nerds spectating a game that isn't really officially out yet. Once it's completely finished, though, it will be free to play, so keep that in mind. Currently, you can purchase access to the beta for 30 euros, I think it is. You can just ask Synderen up there. He will probably give you a beta key.
And again, this is a farming phase again. Roche got down, they lost Aegis, so maybe they don't feel confident pushing in. And honestly, I can understand it's really difficult to push in against Tinker and the March, against Power Shot, against Syllabear Radiance. So maybe they want to farm up, maybe they want to push in. We're going to figure out soon. It's their decision to make, obviously, but it's not an easy one, even if you're 26
Hani
to score.
silence as well as Cold Snap onto Tinker. Oh, the Tornado comes through as well. He's in huge trouble. The EMP nicely timed as well. Miguel. Chen heal. He might survive this, not.
And this is huge. This is huge for WHA because they know that Tinker bought back. So we're going to see them pushing in really soon.
Yes,
Tinker
no march,
can't buy
no
back.
nothing to defend it.
No buyback on Tinker. So that's 40 seconds.
Immediate Phantasm usage by Feda. They want to finish this right now. They want to go for the middle racks. Hani, nice ice wall, preventing everyone from the side coming in. Tower drops, Shackle doesn't latch. Now the melee barracks exposed. Nukes flying out from the neutral creeps. Cackle is trying the best he can. EMP used in a nice position.
And
the
you can see
barracks drop.
how smart of a pick CK was. They have nothing to take down the illusions without the march. Absolutely nothing. Chen can do anything, same for Scylla.
What a play. Roar now used on Balsam. They're diving him. Sent back by Chen. This is going to be just plenty of enough time for him. He's healthy enough. They're rotating toward the bottom tier 3 now as well. There's an Alacrity usage on Invoker in combination with the Edict. The tower just completely destroyed within seconds. Tinker back in 3 seconds. Shackle latches him to a tree. Crydeja might get focused on him, but a nice ice wall used to Disruption onto Feda. Nice deafening blast by Hani. Now the pipe is back up, and I think we as Asian want to back out right now. They got the middle racks, they got the tier 3 on bottom, and they can be more than happy with this.
And what's interesting is that some teams, they just decide to fight, but we as Asian, whenever select...
Shackle, 2-man Shack, are they going to follow up? That's the big, big question. Miguel is here, stun from RMC, 2 seconds on S4. This is a follow-up fight. Windrunner drops immediately. We as Asian looking very strong. RMC might drop. Feda gets focused too, is entangled. 1-for-1 exchange so far, both teams backing off.
The March damage. It's way too much. They can't even fight in it. I mean, CK has River and Mordigan still not enough to fight in the March. That's the power of Tinker right here. And that's a Tinker under-farmed because he's losing the game, obviously. So just imagine a Tinker with farm. It's so difficult to farm in it, to fight in it, sorry. And what was interesting in those fights is that we as Asian, whenever Scylla is trying to fight with his bear, they focus the bear. So that's a team decision. Some teams don't, some teams do. Obviously they did. They burst the bear down or just disable him with CK stun or something so he can't root anyone. Really interesting.
Alright, this is the current gold, guys. Gonna put the item screen up one more time so you can have a look at the item progressions, if there's anything big that we might be missing at the moment. Miguel with Tinker is just doing what he does. He wants to burst down these creepers as quickly as possible so that he can acquire some gold for a nice Hex. That Hex would be a nice tool to take care of Vitality, or at least have something to fight back with when this big overfarmed team of 5 comes running over you. And as you said, they were actually in a pretty bad spot after that secondary initiation once they took down the tier 3 tower on bottom here. But since their high experience advantage and the goal advantage,